Hey there, everybody. Here we have on the couch one of the most popular professors on campus, if I may say that, Dr. Mike. Mr. Atkinson, how are you?
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Big Purple Couch. We have a sex, alcohol, and rock and roll themed episode that we're doing. And so we want to talk about sort of the psychology of attraction. Can you comment on why we are attracted to the people that we are attracted to?
Wow, that's a really heavy-duty question. You know, I can probably break it down into some components so that there's no hard rule.
Yeah.
People are attracted to people for a whole variety of reasons. I'll tell you the number one reason is probably something like physical attractiveness. Number two is something like similarity, and that might be attitudinal or otherwise. But those two are really big, important factors. A couple of other smaller factors, things like whether you're in close physical proximity to somebody, whether you see them a lot and things like that. But those two are the big ones.
Okay, so what are the sort of physical characteristics that would make the other attractive?
You know, that varies culture to culture, and there's not a whole lot of consistency across cultures, but within a culture, there is a tremendous amount of consistency. Now, what do you think the number one feature that people would pick out would be?
I'm not sure. I know that I've heard that symmetry in the face has something to do with it, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, symmetry is really important. People often say that if they had to choose a feature, it's a facial feature, eyes. Having a nice smile, that's very important. But the symmetry thing, you're right. And there's some really incredible studies. There's a couple of them on YouTube. You can see them on National Geographic where they morph people's faces together. And the more you morph a person's face, so if I show you one face and say, how attractive is this, and then I morph it with 50 others, that face is more attractive than any of the single ones. And if I morph it with 100 others, it's even more attractive.
Really interesting.
So creating that symmetry, creating that consistency side to side, and just almost like I want to say a flawlessness, but doing that makes faces more attractive.
So with us being on campus, we are surrounded by so many like students, all of similar interests, similar in age. Can you sort of comment on what kind of a unique situation that is and how it may, affect our romantic and sexual relationships at this age?
Yeah. I mean, let me go back to that physical proximity thing. A lot of studies show that people associate with those who are close to them. So you're more likely to like people who are living with you. You're more likely to like people in your dorm than other dorms. You're more likely to like the people on your floor than people on other floors. And so that's going to be something that kicks in there. Because you do that, you interact with them, you see them more, and because, as you pointed out, this is a situation where everybody's kind of similar anyway, a lot of heavy-duty similarities here. So if I had to make a prediction, I would say, in general, attraction within campus is probably stronger than attraction across the town, per se.
Yeah, really interesting. So one other thing that everybody sort of talks about, I'm not sure if it's a myth, hopefully you can clarify it, aphrodisiacs. Myth, real? Please tell us.
Probably myth.
Yeah.
In terms of people talk about stuff that other people respond to, pheromones for and things like that. There's some data on that, but not a whole lot, and it doesn't seem to be that consistent. Aphrodisiacs are more of a myth and a belief. I'm going to call it a placebo effect than anything else. If you think something's going to do something, it probably will have that effect, but probably not for any other reason.
So how has the laws of attraction, physically, those kind of factors changed over the years?
The thing that changes a whole lot is what people actually call attractive. And so body shapes, for example, change over the years, whether people dress this way, that way. The very sort of cultural, almost fashion-y sorts of things, that's what kicks in. Biologically, though, a lot of things are the same. So people still point out that for attractiveness purposes, people are attracted to others who have a hip to waist ratio of 0.4. Yeah. I mean, and that's cross cultures, so there's probably some biological reasons for that.
Another thing that people comment on when it's thinking about why the person who someone's attracted to. For instance, people can say that, a girl would be attracted to someone like their father, or vice versa with the boy and someone who would emulate their mother. So is that actually a psychological response with us?
Not so much mom and dad kind of thing. That's sort of a very Freudian kind of thing. No, that's not going to happen. But it's interesting. People are attracted and actually end up with people who are very similar to themselves. So that whatever type you're attracted to, that doesn't much matter. You tend to date and end up in romantic relationships with people who are pretty much like you in terms of attractiveness, in terms of the kinds of things that you like to do. The rule in attraction is similarity, not opposites.
Yeah. Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Mike.
You're welcome.
For joining us on the Big Purple Couch, shedding light on the laws of attraction.